Hello, on the 6th of September 2022, this married man by name Ibrahim Mohammed paid an arsonist to set a newly married couple on fire simply because the woman in the newly marriage refused to accept his proposal to marry him after he had spent on her 150,000 naira. This all happened at Gurai local government area in Adamawa state of Nigeria. Guys, let's get into this crime story. Guys, if you're new here, please give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video. I would like to get your thoughts of what you think about this crime story down at the comment section below. Little is known about the early life of the culprit Ibrahim Mohammed. All we know is Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed is a married man with 4 children. Despite the fact that he is married with 4 children, didn't stop him to go out and pursue another woman to make her his second wife. So he went out to pursue another woman whose name isn't given in this crime story report by the police. After courting her for 2 years, he later on asked her if she will marry him in the future, and she accepted. Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed spent close to 150,000 naira on her. After spending that money on her, she jilted him and refused to marry him. So this got Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed angry. He was so pissed of the fact that this woman has refused to marry him after he has spent close to 150,000 naira on her. The woman, whom the police never really gave a report about her name or where she lives or where she's from, went ahead to marry a different person. This got Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed so angry, and he was so pissed he couldn't just take it anymore. So he met his friend called Ibrahim Savannah and paid him 5,000 naira and gave him 5 bags of rice to go set this newly married woman on fire, whom he had spent 150,000 naira on, in exchange that she is going to marry him. And this arsonist by name Ibrahim Savannah took the 5,000 naira and the 4 bags of rice and went his way to go set this woman and her husband on fire in their house. This man armed himself with a bottle of petrol and a match and went his way to go set this woman on fire and her husband. And when he got there, he bolted the door from the outside and poured petrol inside the house while they were sleeping and set the entire house on fire. Neighbors quickly tried to stop the fire, but to no avail. The woman had received severe burns on her body up to the extent she died. The arsonist ran away, but the police later on investigated the matter and arrested Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed. The crime story is so horrible. It's so horrible because this woman deserved not to die. This woman had given this man sex in exchange for 150,000 naira. I mean, men always overlook the fact that women give them sex, in exchange for what they've been spending on the women. So it's a trade by barter thing. You give to receive, I believe they both used each other, He used her for sex and she used him for his money, and it's 50-50. There is no addition, there's no subtraction out of it. It's 50-50, all being equal. Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed had no right to go out of his way to pay an arsonist to go kill this woman simply because he spent this 150,000 naira on this woman in exchange that this woman is going to marry her, and this woman refused. Because before spending that money to this woman, he had sex with this woman on several occasions. And the money which he spent on this woman, and the sex he got on return, equals everything like 50-50. So this is so sickening that we'll still have this archaic mentality of our ancestors, whom, if a man spends money on a woman or pays a girl's school fees right up to the university and she graduated and have her first degree, that girl has to come back and marry this man. If that girl does not marry this man, then the girl has to pay back all the money this man has spent on her to go get the degree and everything in school. If not, the man has the right to kill this girl or do whatever he wants to with this girl's life. It's shocking and it's still disgusting that in this our generation such things happen. It's disgusting. And for this man to be married with a wife and 4 children and still have the urge to have a second wife in already a marriage of a wife and 4 children is still sickening. Because let me just make it clear, this man is a Muslim, so in Islam they are allowed to marry close to 4 wives, not close to up to 4 wives. They are allowed to marry up to 4 wives. Polygamy is accepted in Islam. But yes, it is true, polygamy is accepted in Islam, but I've seen so many cases in other Islamic countries or in Arabic countries where a man has spent money on his wife or on his wife to be, and the wife later on refused to marry him. Then he set the wife on fire or killed the wife. It is an Islamic thing. I think this, guys, if you guys have heard of any story like that in the Middle East or in Pakistan or in, that is it. So guys, I love you all, but know Jesus Christ loves you more. Stay safe and be blessed. And bye bye.